Okay. It looks like sound. I'm thinking sound. We'll see how far behind everything is. I have no idea. Gonna turn off studio mode, and I think we're good. All right, everybody. Tell me you can hear me. And I can go back to worrying about... Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. Howdy, everybody. It is Sunday, the 11th, and this is Ration Museum Bulletin number 37. I think. Might be 39. Here's hoping that that's behind and not reality. If sound is seemingly synced up to the video, then we're good. Okay. Sweet. Thanks, everybody. Apologies in advance. I'll probably keep looking to the side until we move this. So... There we go. Just a battery. There we go. Okay, now we can see what we're doing, and we can read the chat and not have to keep ducking off to the side. So,
Marilyn, hope your mom's okay. Hope she recovers quickly.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's a shame. I hope she gets well very soon. Got to be careful. So today we're going to be doing some restoration work. We're going to be trying to pick up where we left off a couple weeks ago when we were trying to clean up some of the cans from MCI that we had gotten donated to the museum. So this time around we're going to be using a wax that's supposed to seal metal that's would otherwise be rusting, so we're going to use that so that we can take the rust off the cans and then, seal that over so that we don't let them just continue to re-rust and re-rust and re-rust. And we wouldn't consider like this food rotting through the cans to be patina, in the sense that you would think of with a classic firearm or, something, some piece of historic hardware that's metal that slowly rusts or tints or something to that effect, naturally, even in good even kept in good conditions, where you'd want to leave that. This is where the acids from fruit juice ate through a can. We'd like to stop that damage and clean it up. So before I get too deep into this, we're going to say some howdies. All right, we got. Let's see. We'll bring this closer. We got a whole bunch of folks here. Oh, wow. Okay. So we got Yossi. Howdy.
Hello.
We got Angry Blacksmith. Jeremiah. Howdy. Good to see you. We got Pete. We got JW Speaker. We got Gail and Jesse and Gunner. Hey, Gunner. Haven't seen you in a little bit, I don't think. Maybe I'm crazy. We got Gray Wolf. Hey, welcome, Gray Wolf. Don't think I know you yet. Welcome to the stream. Good to have you. And then we got Marilyn. Yeah, I was going to say, I know Marilyn said something. And Chris just showed up. Look, we got a good gang of folks. Speaking of JW Speaker and Yossi, so we've got some of you guys' snacks we're going to be starting off with. So we've got, that camera. Okay, so we've got some of these Buffalo Bobs. Let's see. Jerkies from JW Speaker. One of these will do it. There we go. So we've got two types of elk jerky. Right? Wait.
One is venison.
Oh wait, no, we got sorry. We got venison and we got elk, which going to be very happy to have some of both of those after a long time without. And then from Yossi, we've got the fruit candies. So we've got, looks like raspberry and lemon potentially. So we were thinking today we're going to be wearing protective gear while we open these cans, because we almost never do anything like that because, we're idiots. And this time we're going to be a little bit better prepared because getting lucky in terms of exposure to dangerous substances like botulism and E. coli, that's one thing, but you can't count on your luck, and it's foolish to just keep trying or keep assuming that we're going to be okay every time. So this time through, we're going to try and open a whole bunch of cans. So we're going to be wearing protective gear. We've got goggles, masks, gloves. Wait, how far behind is this? No, that's still okay. The whole 9 yards. So, and then from Corey, wherever he is, hopefully he joins. We've got some Yorkies, so gonna have some general snackage. So I think we're gonna start out with some venison jerky.
Never had venison ever.
I've had Buffalo Bob stuff before. There's all kinds of jerkies, like alligator and kangaroo and rattlesnake and wild boar.
Sorry. I don't have strong teeth everywhere, so.
Welcome, puppy breath, to the stream. So.
That's really good. Tastes like turkey.
That is really good. Thank you, JW Speaker.
Thank you, sir.
So, speaking of this stream, if you can't tell, we're in a different location. Actually, you might not have been able to tell. This kind of looks like the office, but this isn't the office. Oh, you're going to be trying to autofocus all night, aren't you? Okay.
We'll have to live with it.
We'll have to live with it. Sorry for the, that you might see in the video every now and then, but this is a pretty hastily set. I'm going to switch over to this one. So, wait, over to this one.
Hey, Corey, you did not miss mail call. We just introduced your Yorkies.
So, we are in my basement for one main reason, and that is a nice, deep sink. So we have a table all plastic wrapped. We are good to go in here. But I moved some shelves and pulled all my home stash MREs to make a nice little backdrop. So we have that going on. Oh, that's going to be pretty terrible. Every time I move my hands, it's trying to focus on it. Oh, I think I know how to fix this. Hey, Corey, welcome. We're having Yorkies in a minute.
That jerky was spicy.
So this camera has a little website running on it. And I just logged into that website. And I am going to turn off the autofocus.
Cool.
There we go. And it's off. I love the future. It's a free piece of software called IP Webcam. These are old, Samsung Galaxy A10es, one of them from eBay, one of them from Nick, and deleted every other single program off of them, put this program on there, and you get a little web server that you can connect to, and you put some settings in, and then that's it. You're good to go. You can pull that video over the internet. I ran some in the beginning of the end of the world last year for like 4 or 5 months before the cameras kind of exploded. So they work great, and you can use them as makeshift security cameras and stuff, but these cell phones aren't meant to be getting charged and discharged forever, so the batteries swell and explode eventually, which is, a downside. So anyway, we're in the basement. We're getting ready to try and clean up some rations. We've got our protective equipment. We've got some snacks for beforehand, so let's jump on into some mail call. and get this going so that we can give you guys the disgusting, slimy guts of some rations like I'm sure you all want to see. Yossi's asking if we got the package. I don't believe we have. We went to the office today at 2:30. Well, this is from the UK. And I believe this is some, well, I don't know. We got a package. It's not this, right?
It says it's from the UK?
This is probably something I ordered on eBay. So I don't think it showed up just yet. If it shows up tomorrow or the next day, we're going to do a video on it. We'll set up the cameras at the office and we'll do a little video. Maybe it'll be the first video we actually put up on the channel. But I don't think it's this.
That's pretty.
No, this I don't think anybody. Well, actually, Corey might know what this is. Yeah, I think Corey knows what this is. But then we have another box over here that I've had for like a week in the office. But yeah, we were just there like 3 hours ago, and there were no other packages there. Yossi.
Yeah, the package is a little pre-tenderized. It was delivered by the U.S. soccer team by foot.
It's
It's seen healthier days.
although this reminds me of your style, Yossi.
If it fits, it ships. No, his is bigger.
Yep, this is what I thought it was.
He said he got a message that there was a delivery attempt, though.
A message from my teeth. Was it signature required? We'll be there tomorrow. I'll be there tomorrow all day. I don't know if
I'll be there tomorrow.
But if they try again tomorrow, there's no post service on Sundays for most stuff, but some of the carriers do. But we'll let you know right away. I hadn't checked email for the museum in the last couple of days, so my apologies if you sent me a tracking number. I should have kept an eye out.
Send us an ammo can?
Ooh. Oh, actually, no. No, this isn't what I was thinking. I ordered this a little while ago. Okay. This is nice. All right, so this, Corey might know more about than me. We got a little tag. I don't know if the tag is later. It says ration boxes. I think it's just somebody else's marker, but rations, 2 men, 1 day. I think these are from about the 1950s. Oh yeah, it says 57 on here, so I think that's a year. We'll turn to our resident experts in the stream.
So this is an English ration box?
This is a British ration box. Yeah, I've always seen these crop up, and I've always wanted to snag one for the collection. But this was a pretty good deal. I think I got this for $20. Nothing in it, but good shape in there.
So is this something that would be full of cans or like edible, ready to go food?
I believe this would be full of like canned goods and biscuits and etc.
I just like the fact that it's made of metal.
Yeah,
you can't crush it.
It's heavy duty. So I'll have to put this off to the side and get that back to the museum. I was contemplating not bringing mail out here. Let's see, wait, do we have both of these? Yeah, I was contemplating not bringing the mail out here for this, but I'm glad we did because we tried on these suits and they're a little, excuse me, drinking the Diet Pepsi and so we tried on the suits a little bit ago and they're a bit much. So I'm not rushing to get into them, but I think we can do 2 hours. So this was just a neat find that I couldn't pass up because I haven't seen this particular item just pop up in this form before.
Oh, we have a trash can.
Oh, that's right. Just realized I'm like doing a broadcast from a bunker.
Feels good.
In the end of the world, talking about military food in my basement. Seems right. Okay, so let's see. This. I'm not sure what the best side is with this kind of hack job.
I think it's this side with the cardboard cap on it.
I think the cap. Exactly. The cap is probably the best bet. Oh, I don't know why I just thought of this. I think cap just made me think of a particular Zelda game that had cap in the name, which made me think Zelda, because I've been playing the Super Nintendo Zelda for the last couple days after work, and finally beat it. I'd never actually played it before, like all the way through. Finally beat it, so A Link to the Past, great game.
Those are ration paper towels.
So,
wait,
These are something I've been looking for a while. Let's see, right? Samsung 2. All right. Anybody know what these are? So these are gigantic FRHs. So this is a flameless ration heater that is meant to heat up an entire unitized group ration. It is a good deal thicker than I thought they would be. So a UGR is a polymeric tray about this big. It is generally 5 to 8 pounds of food, usually hovering around the 6.5, 7 pounds. They're meant to be 18 servings of whatever it is.
Oh, those big ones that you have?
Yeah, we have 50 of them in the collection.
And this goes under it?
So in the UGR Express, one of the variations of the way that those are distributed, in the unitized group ration E-type, the Express, these go under each of those trays in the box, and when you pull the ripcord, it breaks the activator pouch on all of them in the stack, and the whole thing kicks up with steam. So
how long does it
each of these is, wait a second, each of these is 4, or each of these is 1, because I bought a dozen, I believe. Yeah, okay, each of these is 4. Each of these is 4 UGR E heaters.
How long do they heat?
Magnesium Iron Alloy by TrueTech Inc., Riverhead, New York. So these take, I want to say it was about 45 minutes.
To heat up?
No, they heat up in moments.
Oh.
So these would heat up in, to untouchable heat in, just 30 seconds to a minute. Doesn't say specifically how long, but on the UGR, I think it says something around 45 minutes. It's got a clock. It's got like a little clock icon on the actual UGR. So, well, you know, Fordman, I think we'll finally get to find out if it's difficult. So one of these doesn't have a label. That's not super displayable, but overall, like this guy's not, whoever this was isn't selling these as like, hey, museums, I've got some fantastic museum items for you. No, it's just a guy who's saying like, random military lot, 12 UGR heaters. So here we go. Finally found some on their own. I think we'll open up one packet at some point and go through them and maybe fire up some UGRs at that time. I mean, if we ever have a get together, yeah, again in the actual end of days, we're definitely going to eat some UGRs. You know, so
do it outdoor and have a UG barbecue.
Pete's asking if these age like a military FRH. I sure hope not. Though to be honest, I've gotten 1980s flameless ration heaters to fire up and cook a meal. Oh God, my cat just scared the crap out of me. Sounded like someone was stomping around upstairs. It's like, you know, it's not the day for the FBI just yet. All right, so we're gonna have some elk jerky. Just moving right along. There we go.
Oh man, that's good.
Pete, if you come to the museum just to stop by, you'll get to eat something. Don't worry about it.
I like that a lot.
I do have 2 cats, Corey. Shabby. Come here. You know, I tried. Okay. Actually, you can pop those back in that same box. We'll use that to go back to the...
Would you mind holding that box?
Those things are neat, you know, in the great big metal pouch.
Really wish I could read Hebrew.
Okay, so I think we'll tuck into the Yorkies,
Oh yeah.
and then we'll get ready to start working on some rations. That's pretty darn good. I don't know why I thought it would have like caramel in the center or something, so when I bit into it and it didn't like collapse, I was a little confused for a moment. Yeah, who doesn't like the end of Smoky Streams with the kittens? So, Boardman was saying, yeah, the commercial ones sometimes work better. This kind that are in the A packs, they're pretty darn hit or miss. But lately, I've been having pretty good luck with them. I put like a dash of salt in there, and I don't know if it's just a superstition, but it seems to be working a little bit.
I really like this.
Also for tonight, we got a sideways can opener. So we're going to try that on some of the little like peanut butter and cheese and jam tins. I'm not so sure about the peanut butter unless there's been damage from the outside. It's probably going to be fine. So I kind of want to leave the peanut butter for, future sampling or something, because it's generally not going to eat through the can and it's going to be in pretty good shape. I don't think I'm aware of like peanut butter that, unless the damage came from the outside, that had like turned. I think it could. But let's see. Candy is raspberry and lemon, Yossi says. So, okay, yeah, I think that's what we get. I just have to move some spare cables and get our space a little bit more ready. That's some darn good chocolate.
I'm actually going to finish all of mine. It's fantastic.
All right, so we've got a bunch of MCIs. I found another box in the museum that has been untouched since Bozeman, so there was some more leaking that went on after it was boxed out there. It was already in bad shape, so now it's in worse shape, and that's exactly what we're trying to find and stop. I've also got right here, I think I have an RCI that's ready for some restoration. So let's take a look at that. All right. We can see if there's anything we think we can do. I don't think we'll do this first, but what we have is, let's see if we can make this back a little. Well, we have, I guess I shouldn't really open it up if we're gonna get going on all the gear and everything, but let's see. So we've got that. There we go. And we've got, oops, this one. I think it's going to need some help.
Looks fine.
They don't come vertically stacked. This one is going to need some help, I think. So yeah, we've got quite a few there, and then down in here we've also got just a bunch of loose cams. So for the most part, we've got quite a bit ahead of us. I think I'm going to have this last piece of chocolate and then suit up. Oh, there's two pieces.
That was a really good chocolate bar.
This is the worst of the surviving RCIs that I have from the totally rotten cases that I've picked up. So I have two RCI cases that I bought. Thankfully for pre-crazy times prices. So the first case I opened up was, actually I don't remember the order. I don't remember which case came first, to be honest. So hey, Shabby's coming. So I've opened two of them, and one of them was literally a box of dirt all the way through. There was almost nothing salvageable at all. Oh, come here. Come here. All right.
She's like looking right at the camera, too.
She's looking at her on the TV. Hey, kitty. So this is Shabby. You can see she's got a flat ear top. That means she's been caught and released as a stray. And they fix them. They spay or neuter them. And they give them basic shots like distemper and rabies, but not usually, the full range. And then they let them back out. And then they're not gonna, have a whole bunch of kittens. So, if you see one like that on the street and it's friendly and you like it, they're a pretty good starting place to pick up a stray, because they're already halfway there. You don't have to go get them spayed, or neutered or anything, because it's already done. So she's a good kitty. I've had her in the house since October-ish, and we're gonna have to lock her out once we start actually opening stuff. So say hi one more time. Oh, all right. Come on, Shabs.
Okay.
Say hi to Nick.
Hey.
All right, she's actually tolerating that. A little slower. Yeah, just morning. Okay, so got a bunch of rations we can work on. We're gonna have some lemon and raspberry candy under the whole garb while we're at it. Oh, hey, old Smokey, welcome. You last I saw you, it was kitten time at the Smoky Shack. Now it's kitten time here. Oh, kitty time. So,
Shabby
found the camera post over there.
She's rubbing her face off.
So, let's see. Seems pretty stable.
She's over there now, but she was just
headbutting the camera post over there. So, I mean, we got an interesting little setup. We got some weaker lights that aren't good for photography, but they seem like they're really good for this. Like we seem well lit. The ones that we have for the photo shoots at the museum the bulbs are this big, and these are just regular little bulbs, so they don't work for like lighting up big stuff, but this is great.
Keeping up with the traditional basement motif, we do have one bare light bulb above us. So
Nope. Yep.
Is community light bulb.
Yeah, this basement has one light bulb and one power outlet, and that's it. So at least it's got enough for this. We've got the industrial sink. Before we know it, we'll have talked our way through the episode without any need to even have the industrial sink. So the hope is that this goes pretty well and that we learn something tonight, and then we can have another restoration stream in here and have it all set up and not have to tear it down in between. So that's the goal with all this is, we've got a good space for it. So, okay. Don't ask about the kill room. We put away the axe. We put away, all that other stuff, Corey. It's just a basement restoration stream now. It was pretty convenient that all this heavy grade plastic and stuff was already laid down around here.
Yeah, it's really nice that drain in the floor.
Unfortunately, there is no drain in the floor. If this place flooded, it would hold it like some kind of bathtub. Who needs drains, right? Yeah, there's no drain in this place of any kind. But I don't know if that's common or not, to be honest. I'd probably have to get a sump pump or something. Okay, so we're going to get suited up, and we will be right back. So I'm just going to put this up in the meantime. Well, I don't know.
Do you want one of these before you throw them?
You guys can watch us get suited up, right? I guess.
Oh, boy.
All right, we'll put that here. Switch to that. Wait. Nope. Yep. Okay. So we've got these oversuits. We've got gloves. We've got our can respirators. We've got...
I just realized something.
I'm going to take some of these filters out. I over-filtered it.
A little bit. A little public.
It was a little hard to breathe.
Yeah. I just realized something. I still have that entire case of 1950s hazmat suits that you still gave me.
Oh, the chemical protective suits, yeah.
You think they'd still work, or do you think they're just flaky?
They're flaky. They're going to be all sorts of busted up.
I don't know what to do with them, man.
They're your problem now.
I'm not going to throw them away.
so these have sleeves and tie. So if we get splashed, I don't have to worry about whatever it is later.
Ooh, they have thumb holes. Well, mine has thumb holes. John got angry with one of his.
I'm going to stretch and try and re-thumb hole it. Oh, I made it worse. No, I have a solution.
Shabby is a very thumpy cat.
New thumb hole. We'll have to close the door and keep her out soon enough. Can't have her jumping up on the table. All right, let's see. Okay, let's see. So,
Should I put go with glasses for this? I mean, everything's close up. I should be able to see it.
yeah, well, oh, that. I thought you meant the goggles. I don't know, up to you. I don't know your prescription. Or if I did know it, I wouldn't know what it meant.
I don't even know what it means. All I know is when I put them on, I can see things far away. Oh, that's actually much nicer without 6 million filters in the
Yeah.
Wait, how do you tighten this thing?
That's what I'm thinking. How do you tighten it?
Oh, I think you gotta pull it through this little hole first. Like, see how there's a gap here? You have to, like, sort of pull it out.
There.
Maybe.
Oh, okay. Push thumb through.
Oh, push, pull. Got it.
Then pull. Or do what you were saying, which works faster.
Just want it to be slightly tighter.
Alright, so now we're halfway there. Alright, let's cook. Joke, we joke.
I joke, I kid.
Oh, let's cook the old one.
Wait. What?
Okay.
Give me a moment.
Now, let's get this up. I don't really have much reach left. Oh, a little bit. Could have made our own out of hefty bags, says Quint. All right, I think this is way overkill, but we're going to have some fun. Oh, I almost forgot to have some candy before I go under. Okay. Today's candy is brought to you by Yossi Bernstein. When you need candy, reach for must. It is a raspberry lemon. Must is a must. Oh, little tiny packets.
Oh, little tiny packets. You could say that these candies are rationed. Well, that's not even a pun. They are. Sorry, Sean told me I'm not supposed to talk anymore during streams.
It's all good. Found a copy of the Soldier's Manual of Common Tasks. Oh, what era is that? Is that still a current, like, produced, or is it an older? That sounds, title-wise, that sounds a good deal older.
I'm very much reminded of like some sort of Rick and Morty episode.
Put that there.
Oh wow, this candy is really, this candy is great, Yossi.
It is good candy. Musk candy? Yeah, I got that in an Australian PR1M or a CR1M. or both had musk candy. Interesting. Not quite candy.
Hey, the candy makes my mask smell like raspberry lemonade.
There we go. Extra benefit. Raspberry lemonade mask smell.
If at any point you guys talk in the stream and I don't answer anything, normally Sean does, or I try to talk to stream, I don't have my glasses on. I can't read it. So, sorry. Just
Well, we can bring this a little closer, I think.
that's fine. I made out a word. I think that's a what?
Oh, well. Alright, this doesn't seem like it's on right, but whatever. Okay.
Oh no. It's a candy.
We do.
See, Pete gets my pain. Or at least I think he does.
Yeah. I'll read off the comments for you. Okay, so let's see. Florgman says the book he found was early 90s or late 80s. Approved for public release, distribution unlimited, wasn't real military. Still sounds interesting. Okay, so. What? Oh.
Does mine look like everything's together here properly?
Yeah, okay, close enough. All right, so let's take a look inside. I know this is just over the top. All right, I'll push that back again. All right, so maybe it's not over the top for how bad this looks.
Looks like that one in the middle there is the biggest culprit.
So we've got one in really bad shape with some heavy white crust on it. It has bulged before popped. We might be able to see what it was. We've got looks like a B2 or B3 unit, B2 unit, crackers, candy, jam. Okay.
The crackers are crackers.
We've got B1 unit, crackers, cocoa, and jam. And the jam. Let's see. Another space to put jams.
There's plenty of space on the back of the table.
Plenty of space there.
Oh, like over here.
Okay. Alright. Just gonna grab some brushes. See what we can do about some of this. Alright, this is going to be a fun one. Alright, so we've got
Shipwreck.
These pork sausage patties.
Not anymore.
But look at the top of that can. So here we got a great example of one worth saving. The can itself is pretty horrifying, but you know, on top it's readable. It's pretty light, so I think it's lost most of its moisture. This
Not terrible.
this is an anomaly. This is applesauce. It's heavy. Applesauce is still in there. There is no super visible leakage.
Can you shake them? You hear anything? Hey, it sounds a little dry. Is it dry or
This sounds like applesauce still. We're opening it because there's no way that that's going to stay fine forever. So we've got a pound cake. Slowly eating the can at the bottom. So this is June 23rd, 1955. This is September 1955, September 1955.
Oh. How's my sleep with it?
You're fine. You know, we don't need to be.
Next time we'll just duct tape each other up.
This one, a little harder to read. I don't see an obvious date on this one.
So yeah, we are planning to extract some of the tops of these cans anyway, because some of them are pretty salvageable. Is that like an accessory bag or something?
We've got, oh,
Looks like there's jam.
something that got into these spoons. And then we've got an accessory packet. Unfortunate. I'm sure the contents are, dust. Crunchable.
Looks like it got bitten into on the one side. Is that a bite or a gouge?
I would assume this is probably bugs. Hey, bus stop, welcome.
Is there they make like a boroscope small enough to get into this like that?
Probably. I don't know. If anybody sees a tiny scope and wants to send it to the museum.
Yes. Tiny boroscope so we can look into the holes of cans without having to open the can.
So yeah, these are sought after accessory packets, but I'm sure this one wouldn't be in its condition. So that's indicative of a bug. That's not a bug, but that's looks like an egg casing from a very long time ago. That's a little chew through hole. Overall, I think this has been pretty chewed up. So we'll likely want to find where it's separating the most and open it. Because we can't just keep it for storage if it's full of, bugs. But, it's still pretty together. We might be able to clean some of it up from the outside. But I think we're going to try and go in from this side and see what we can see. 'Cause it's separated. Oh my God,
That looks pretty gross. What is that?
oh wow. That's why we're wearing the masks. I'm going to bring the camera down in here in a second.
Ooh.
Oh, look at that. So, there were two cases, back to the original story, there were two cases of RCIs. One was literally a case full of dirt. The other one was a moth colony. The moth colony one was in a good deal better shape than the dirt case, if I recall. So, this one was the moth colony. And there had been generations and generations. So, this has items such as dry cream product.
Not getting anywhere, right?
Oh my god, Nick.
Nothing?
Toilet tissue, domino sugar. I almost fear like a spider being in here or something, you know, as I dig into this nightmare space. So these pouches from this era had this pinkish tint to the inside, and this is just horrible looking. So there's a chance we can at least salvage the pouch itself. Ooh.
Is the inside like aluminum lined? Is it filled with tape?
Yeah, it's metallic. I'm not sure if there's aluminum, like a coating, or what, to be honest, but it does look like a foil layer. So, we've got this cluster. Let's see. Bring this back in, bring this down a peg or two. So we've got this cluster of items. We can focus on that for a moment. Let's see, we've got a soup and gravy base. So these are things that we're going to need to take some pictures of, I feel. Just because they're not super common. Overall. Oh, this is bad. You know, I suddenly don't feel so silly about wearing all this. There's bits of bugs and chunks of whatever. But hey, I don't know what this would have been. It's square.
Some sort of bar?
Some sort of bar, maybe.
Looks like a crushed up fruit bar or something.
Okay, you know what we're going to do?
Break it?
We're going to break this open. Okay. Yeah, I should move this camera between us, I think. Move this box. Okay. Just so you get to share in the experience. Actually,
I always wanted a hornet to jump out at me. It's going to be great.
where did... Oh, let's see. Oh. was gonna break it in half, but maybe we'll see if it's in layers. Well,
It's like a leash or something.
oh man. I don't know what this was, but now it's bugs. Dirt. And whatever else. See, so here's the toilet paper. That's pretty much okay.
California of Hawaii. California of Hawaii Sugar Refining Company. That's cool.
Oh, there's smoke and dust coming off of this stuff. So that's the toilet paper.
Probably like hardened paper mache at this point.
Yeah. Sugar. This one does say California of Hawaii. See, now that's one thing we still don't have a process of. How do we stop mold on paper? I don't know. Yeah, gonna have to do research and figure that out.
Jesse had a good idea about what that pack might be. He thinks it might be cigarettes.
This
Yeah, possibly.
This was cigarettes. That's almost certainly what this was. This was one of those square, or one of those rectangular. Yeah, this was almost certainly cigarettes.
It
Which
looks
would mean,
like 2 packs right there.
it might have been 2 of the flat packs, or it might have been one of the rectangular packs. But that would make sense, and that would also explain the gritty black material we're seeing inside, and also the papery material throughout. That's probably what that was. But you see, the thing is, the RCIs came with a full pack. Usually per box, so I'm not sure. And it was in a separate packet, which I think I might have already separated. So yeah, this should have had a separate manila pouch that said cigarettes, I think. So I just realized I should probably take that towards what's going on. Just trying to get as much as we can off the surface. In terms of the take on blood variant kind of stuff. Alright, let's see. Hey, Puppy Breath, yeah, today's a good one. Good and serious. Alright, so we got that a little cleaned up, the sugar container. Oh, soluble tea product. She's trying to get in.
I have no idea.
Is it door closed?
Nope.
Oh, would you please? Thank you, sir. Trying to go light on this.
taking off the material that's caked on top, trying to maintain as much as I can of the actual text underneath. Soluble tea product.
Instant tea?
Saw some Chesterfields in the wild, eh, Chris? Ah, see now this is neat. This is exactly why I'm happy that I opened this. Look at these. You know, it's not something to write home about yet, but chiclets. We'll see if we can get this cleaned up a little bit. See if any of it can be salvaged. Man, definitely was infested with bugs. Just all the little holes and everything.
Ants?
There's moths, you know, and by extension, little worms and whatnot, little caterpillars. So the actual chiclets are in there.
I've been looking for the radio feed, but I can't find them.
Can't hear you.
No, I'm reading it.
Oh, let's see. So it says chicle treats. Maybe it says, no, because it says chicle on all of them. So, that's some coffee instant. This one's in pretty good okay shape. Can go with the other one up there. Is it type anything? Nope, just coffee instant. This one is not in good shape. See what we can salvage from it. See, this brush is just the right amount of soft that it doesn't seem to want to tear even like, you know, thin paper. But it does get in the cracks and get caked on crap kind of moving. So that's about as cleaned up as I can get it. And that's another coffee instant from there. Got a salt container here. Oop, with no salt in it. Made by the Van Brode Milling Company. Probably boring you to death, Nick. Sorry, I gotta get you going on something and start over into Sync Town, I think. Really gotta scream to be heard. Can you guys hear me? I hope so. Okay, so we got our dry cream product. This one's in good shape.
So those are like in sort of like a plastic packet.
Yeah, there's some foil to this.
So how come the coffee one ain't like that?
Different manufacturing. This is Clyde Collins. Coffee was from George Washington Division of American Home Foods of Morris Plains, New Jersey. Also Clyde Collins. You know what? That's funny. This is Clyde Collins, Memphis, Tennessee. That's Morris, New Jersey. Morris something I just said. I forget.
Morrisville?
I don't think so. Morristown?
Morristown?
No, it's fine. I'm just taking all the bug.
Actually, that one looks really good.
This one seems pretty clean. Overall, I'm glad we opened this pack. It was horrifying inside, but it's all salvageable. Except whatever this brick was.
Can I touch it?
Yeah.
Oh, that is pretty disgusting.
We can hear you okay, but that's it. Okay, so I will like shout from here on out. Stop me if it's too loud, but you know, like you guys are seeing, this is there's a lot of stuff that I'd rather not risk it with.
Hey, these are cigarettes.
This opened up. So here's the contents of that creamer packet. Just gonna go ahead and knock that out of there.
It just fell apart in my hand.
Did you find the cigarette?
Yeah, well, no, I can see tobacco in there. So,
I mean, I'm thinking it's possible, but pretty convinced that they got a 20 pack as a separate standalone thing, because this is a 24-hour ration. Now, this one was in the worst shape, but I think it's looking okay now. There we go. Got some holes.
is it two of them, or is it just separating from the other side?
No, it's completely.
The adhesive's dried out, got it. Okay.
I had to knock out the rest of the stuff. Yeah, we got another
sugar packet.
Another California of Hawaii sugar. This one's in pretty okay shape. Compared to the first one. So, let's see.
So excited.
We've got a nice little pile of horrible stuff. And then let's see what we salvaged so far. Oh, I keep forgetting, I should yell. That's right, I need to yell. So, this is what we got out of that one. We got three dry creams, 3 instant coffees to match. We got some soluble tea with 2 sugars. Yeah, this first one, nowhere near as nice as the second. And we've got our soup grease, our cheap lay, salvage toilet paper, and our salvage salt. So, all in all, oh, there we go. Now I can't tell if the focus is me or the goggles. No, it's the goggles. Anyway, no big deal. So, I think that's pretty good. It looked awful from the outside, but for the most part, you know, oh, big. Had some other stuff up here. 2 more sugars and a dry cream. Well, there we go. That makes sense. Then there's cream with the tea and a sugar for every hot drink. So we've got another one of those. That goes with the tea. And then we've got sugar, and then 2 more sugars once we clear these out. Surprise, surprise, when there's an infestation of bugs living inside a case of things for years, there isn't going to be any sugar left when you open it back up. It's pretty much the first thing they're going to gravitate towards, if they can. So, got another nice looking sugar packet, I think. I mean, nice enough, you know. Alright, so each of those drinks came with the cream and the sugar.
A lot of drinkability.
And we had our soup, our chickpea, our salt, and a TP. And then,
Wow, that's just,
yes.
yeah, when you open it up in the middle, you can definitely see a little brown
I
speck.
don't know. It just looks like a bar. I really think this was a bar.
Looks like bugs got to it pretty bad too.
No,
It
bugs
definitely
totally lived within this thing.
could have been a sugary bar, like a fruit bar or something like that.
Oh, I bet this was a jelly bar.
Like a Monterey bar?
Smokey, you probably know. Were there jelly bars in the Manila accessory packets in these RCIs? This would be almost the right size. Although the wrapping here almost makes me think. Actually, let me see what I can do with just this piece of paper.
And then brush it.
See if we can find anything. No, it wouldn't have been a jelly bar in something like this. This is pretty darn gross. Let's see. Getting a little foggy in the goggles. I don't see anything at all. But the type of paper is wax.
So it definitely has something sticky in it.
There's something in wax paper. So it could, I don't know, this does not look like cigarettes to me. This looks like a bar of some kind.
Could it have been a chocolate bar?
There's another paper layer in the middle of this, so I don't know. It is just horrifying.
Yeah. That sounded crispy.
It almost looks like maybe it could have been. Well, whatever it is, it's gone. I don't know what it was. I'll have to figure that out later. But that one is not good. Ooh, look at that. That's gross.
What's that? Oh, just the stickiness?
Just the sweat. You can see my arm hair through the
Yeah, I
through
can
the
see.
sleeve.
It's a little moist in these things.
Yeah, it's a little bit, but like again, this is horrifying looking. I'm happy we're not breathing any of this. Or getting it deep
Do
inside.
you need a trash can for that
Yeah.
not so sugary goodness?
So I'm just gonna start out, trying to gently nudge some of this stuff out. Brandy, what a fine girl, what a fine wife you would be. But alas, my love and my lady is a sea. Thanks, Curious Pete. Now I have it in my head.
sings Brandy again? I really want to sing No Diamond, but I feel like again.
Oh, I don't know.
Who sings Brandy again?
This is actually working out really well. There we go. Let's take a look in from above. Hey guys, I think that's coming along okay. Like, this is what came out of it.
I'm just curious as to why it's pink on the inside.
It's the coating, and we'll have to figure that out. That's a good question. I don't know. Oh, I got some liquid in these goggles that's
Getting a little condensation there.
getting a little impossible to see through. Yeah, I can't really read so much anymore. I'm gonna work on this for a minute. And, I wanted only one side to pop. That's mostly together.
Just enough. Oh no, I'm trying to follow the street. Hey, who sings Brandy?
Almost. Okay. I think that's salvaged. We'll put the surviving parts back in here.
My eyes really hurt.
His eyes hurt, so he says. What?
Yeah, like the pressure from the goggles.
Ah, gotcha. Too tight, I think.
Yeah. So that should help, maybe. It'll help me, maybe. Looking glass, that's who made Brandy.
So what?
I think Brandy was made by Looking Glass.
Looking
Is
glass.
that a band? There's musical people. Oh. Hell if I'm new, I don't know what to do.
Alright, so I think that was a worthwhile open and salvage. I'm gonna need to grab a paper towel and use it to take that off and use a different one to clean that up. Gosh dang it. That was getting sludgy in there.
I'm not feeling sludgy right now. So yours should be ventilated.
Yeah, they are. It's just building just enough of a layer. Oh, I can see perfectly fine now. There we go. All right. Hey, Viper GTE. Welcome. Or Viper GT SMRE. Welcome. We are attempting to clean up an RCI. Okay. We just finished cleaning up the accessory packet. And it was a ambitious save, I think.
Pretty good.
It's gonna survive. So let's get something else up here.
Can I do it for
Yeah.
the cans are quite therapeutic.
So yeah, this one needs surface cleaning. This one needs all kinds of cleaning. So this one, the top is in great shape.
Aside from that ding.
Aside from the ding, the bottom is in great shape. The side is not at all in anything that would resemble great shape. The side, you can tell from the profile, has some growth.
flavor.
So we're gonna clean these up. And then this is what's intriguing here. This is applesauce, and it's full. And there's the sound of liquid in there. So we're definitely going to open it.
Hey, Sean,
But there's still little bug concretions in here. Yeah?
I think this is actually just one big hole, because if you look where the rust is, you can see where the green paint came off the can, right on top of the rust. If you look really close, you can see the
And
rust.
it looks pretty bubbled and marble.
This one needs love. Doesn't sound like sausage patty.
Does not sound like sausage patties.
Monosodium glutamate. Is that like gluten today?
MSG? No, MSG's
Oh, MSG, yeah.
a wonderful
Okay.
flavor enhancer.
To heat submerged closed can in boiling water or place can over flame. I didn't know you could submerge these in boiling water too.
Yeah, you can boil almost any of the canned rations.
That's pretty dope.
Yep, that is Clark sausage patties. Now this, here we go. Applesauce. 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 It doesn't say it super clearly in a lot of spots, but
I see app sauce.
like it wasn't clear when this was made because it wasn't stamped super well. But they stamped it all the way around, and then there's the overlap spot. So yeah, this was just like a roller that was putting the label on. I don't know if we want to try and clean this up, but we're gonna take the bottom off of this baby.
We are.
And we're gonna use the smooth edge can opener for that because I want to preserve this date bottom. I don't want it all dinged up. So be careful around these. Okay. So the trick with this flaking spot is to brush from the paint towards the exposed metal.
Don't bust it. Don't brush against it.
Yeah, we don't ever want to brush against the exposed or from the exposed. And we're gonna use some of the wax, and we're gonna try sealing this with the wax and keep this from rusting in the future.
Okay.
So if you want to work on that one, that'd be a perfect one.
I love brushing.
We've got this pound cake that this shouldn't be in too bad shape.
Oh wow, this applesauce does feel pretty hefty actually.
Yeah, the applesauce feels like it's all in there.
Actually, it feels like one solid piece of it.
And it does have a bit of a wetness sound to it. Let me bring this back up for me.
Sorry, I should probably be doing this like right here.
Remove wax.
Roll number 5. Any applesauce like mine?
Got it. So when you see like a little crust, you kind of
Yeah, I try to give it a nudge, but I don't want to take any paint off either, so.
some paint will come off. But
Oh yeah,
we'll keep it to a minimum.
these rusty little cat.
I'm gonna get one of these little polishing towels and see if it does anything on its own in terms of abrasiveness. So we got these little polishing towels, and we got a fancy Renaissance restoration wax that we're going to use on exposed rust spots. You're going to need to get more.
Yeah, no, I do. I go like soft just to get it sort of going, and then I get closer with the fingers.
So I'm going to see about wax polishing this little spot. And let's see what we get with this. So, just going to take a tiny little dab across this interesting compound. And do a little bit of coating here. See what we get. Okay, so what I was hearing is that some of that's not actually rust. There might be a little bit of sludge from something nearby still on there, so I'm going to do my best to take care of that. Sorry again for the volume. We'll get that figured out.
Next time we do this, we just bring one of those condenser mics with us and set it closer.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Or we find something that works as well as these, but isn't as heavy as these. I feel this digging into my face real good.
Yeah.
Ooh. Interesting. All right, so getting most of that off of there.
This rust on the bottom here is pretty thick. Looks like some sugary goodness kind of combined with it too, right here.
Yeah, do your best getting whatever you can off of there.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm just going to apply a little bit there. One I haven't used yet. Alright, try and get this actually on camera. See that? I can't quite tell. It's just me scraping a layer off in there.
I think you're supposed to put it on your finger first. Oh, it sucks.
Look,
My eyebrow, it just scratch it. I just went to scratch it and my goggles were like, nope.
so this pound cake is expecting you to use a key, which
It's on the bottom.
that's an interesting one. The later pound cakes were expecting you to use a P38, so they didn't come with their own key. So I think we're gonna try a sideways can opener on this. Keep the can with the ring and be able to display it with the key. So for this, first you run this backwards and it opens this up. And this is going to put a crimp in it, but it's not, otherwise it's going to be very hard to tell that we opened this, and that's the goal. So let's see how this goes on a can from the 50s. See, in a spot, in a better spot.
Do you need to hold the can for you?
See now, this is not cutting down into the can at all. Instead, it's cutting and crimping the outside edge. Lost grip there. But all around this
Oh,
edge,
wow, look at that.
you can tell, let's see if we get it to focus. Really, it's going to be a little hard to even tell. But this is cut.
Oh,
go. See that lip? This is cut, so we just need to finish going around. And I think this method is going to work very well. I did do a couple practices on other cans before this, so this isn't the very first time that I'm running one of these. Now, this is the first time on a can with this kind of rust damage. I am feeling a little resistance and a little...
Yep, you go past the rustiness.
Okay. So, I think I was a little too hasty to pop that off there. So, let's see how this goes. Smooth edge can opener. Now, do I have... Okay, I do. I have one little spot there that I have to cut through that I missed. Okay. Can I not do this until the edge the first time?
I think you might have slipped off of it.
Okay, here we go. Okay, so we still have
Still rust.
a little bit there. I still have right there, I think. We need to get past. What's chat saying? Sorry, I got moisture at just the wrong spot.
Corey said, got a link to a Rafco B on UK eBay for $55, 1 day, 12 hours. You want?
Good find. Wait, Rafco?
Yeah.
An 89 Rafco? An 89 Rafco B? I mean, that's a maybe.
Hard maybe, Corey.
Okay, so our lesson here is that the rust section makes this very difficult. But in the end, here we go.
It's like a pound cake.
We've got an RCI pound cake. So, did not mean to be so unceremonious.
89 Rafco B, says Corey.
89 Rafco B, huh? Okay. Happy birthday.
Can I poke it?
So this cake is 100, no, sorry, Jesus, I'm sorry. This cake is, my brain just shut down there.
Wait,
50, 60, this cake is 66 years old. This cake is from 1955. From June of 1955. So this cake is 65 years old, soon to be 66.
Is that pound cake like a solid brick?
So let's see. Ooh. So the pound cake is very dry. There's no way this one would be good. It's blackened on the outside edges. There's rust through the can. But honestly, this doesn't look terrible for the age. I definitely want to get a picture of that.
Doesn't feel hard. It just feels like really stale.
Oh. Just gonna have to clean this up.
Oh, for face sakes.
There we go. Got some rainbow pictures there. Oh God, these goggles. You can't read. And honestly, the goggles we shouldn't even really have worried about until we had stuff splashing. These are poorly thought out.
It's quite painful.
Yeah, you guys, one of you guys go for that 89. I think I have a couple still, just for display purposes and everything. All right, so here's the inside. I'm keeping the goggles up. They're a little too much.
Hey, it's soft in the middle.
Yeah, soft dish, spongy.
Yeah. Like it's not.
I
wouldn't eat it, but
It wouldn't be edible.
yeah. Well, I guess if you were hungry enough at the end of the world, you eat it. At the end of the world. When the zombies come.
When the zombies come, I suppose. So we've got some damage here and here. That you're supposed to be able to just put this wax on with the rust still in place and just stop any further.
Yeah, can I try that wax right here where you wanted it? On the edge?
Yeah. If you're good with where it ended up cleaning wise.
Yeah. Well, I don't think I'm gonna get like this off without something more abrasive.
I'm just putting a thin line over, trying to keep it only on the rough spot, not leaving a bunch on the rest of the can for now. But, it darkens it right away.
It freshens colors.
We got somebody over here getting defensive for the poor wax company.
I'm just reading the can.
Her Majesty the Queen's wax.
Her Majesty's wax. R.I.P. Big Phil. Actually, you can see where this is like flushing it out, so it can't chip away anymore. So it's pretty cool. Then I have a pad when you're done.
Oh, sure.
No, like one of them. Or that, whichever. Like you don't have to give me a clean one. I just want one to sort of smooth this Johnsky out.
Yeah, these seemed a little weird. If there's any roughness, they seem to leave themselves behind. So I wasn't too keen on that.
Ooh, that's smooth. Oh yeah.
So, what we're trying to do here is just keep these things available for, the next generation of folks as well.
Oh yeah, that is great.
Otherwise they might be in okay shape now, and then 20 years from now they've finished the process of rusting away.
That looks pretty good. Nice and sort of flush.
It looks greasy.
It is.
I mean, it doesn't look done to me.
What is done? Okay, how'd you get that stuff off?
I mean,
It looks like mine just dried out. Unless I'm nuts. Also, I can't really see.
yeah, I don't think we need the goggles for doing this. I think I got a little overzealous there. Okay. I think that's pretty good, actually. Yeah.
How much wax do you think this needs? That'll puff out.
Oh, we're talking about this thing again.
Can't puff that out.
All right. Okay, so this is another one that we want to open up.
Do you mind if I take a quick breather and get these things off my face?
Sure. Well, we've only got 10 more minutes in the stream.
Oh, never mind. I'll stick around. The goggles are honestly more uncomfortable than the mask.
Hey, G. Schultz, welcome. We are currently attempting to clean up a 1955 or 56 RCL. So we have a Ration combat individual that was infested with moths that we have been opening up and going through. We cleaned the accessory packet contents, so they are normal items again. They're all readable and everything except for a brick that might be like a toffee bar or a Tootsie Roll or a set of candy bars maybe, or some kind of something, you know, we're not certain. It was completely destroyed. And then we tried a smooth edge can opener here, so I'm pretty happy with that. Like, this is the end result. Actually, it'll line up specifically like that. Okay, so there's the end result. Is instead of using a puncturing can opener that goes in and leaves you with a crimped edge lid that's all roughed and bent and destroyed, we did this technique, which leaves this lip, and it's actually pops in and out at this point. Now, this can was rusted and eaten through at points, so it was a little more difficult than using this technique on a much newer can. But in the end, I am very happy with this. The key is still attached. The cut tab is still attached, and I would say this is displayable either way. I mean, this is very sharp, and we'll have to take care of this. But in general, like the rest of it is not. This is not sharp. This is not sharp. And that's the benefit of this. Or one of the benefits of this technique. So, now this can isn't going to get any worse. The accessory packet's not going to get any worse. This is applesauce, and it's full. So we're going to open that. This is the pound cake. It's obviously not edible, but we got some pictures to show where it's been. It's 65 years old, going on 66 in about 2 months. And I'd rather have the can in 20 years than try and set a record for having the cake in the can getting even worse for, even longer. So these B units are, this one's compromised. We're going to open that. This one, also compromised. We're going to open. It's got damage and rust. So, I mean, everything in here is going to get opened. I think, honestly, we're going to have to come back to this particular ration, in another stream, maybe even next week. Or I might try and do some more work on this and film it, and then release something direct to video, so to speak, as opposed to doing this, whole thing live. But overall, I hope you guys have had fun with this. I think we are going to probably wrap for tonight, because it's a good stopping point, unless we want to see the applesauce.
I kind of want to see the applesauce.
Okay, well,
Good question, though.
Nick's the one that's, schlepped across town and carried boxes and, you know,
So this says
all that stuff. So he gets a vote. And
this says also to buff it gently. I don't know if there was like
that's what those are.
oh, these are buffing pads.
Yeah, those are little buffing pads.
So I would wonder if we had like a test can, like something that was completely destroyed, to try like a low speed Dremel buffer on.
Oh, that's an idea too. And I do have a Dremel somewhat.
Just to see, like, if we had something that way worse than this, but had like a good patch somewhere to just see how it sort of looks.
Okay, so I think you got a good plan. So I'm going to switch us over to
Sink can.
the sink. And I'm going to goggle back up.
These goggles with windshield wipers, Sean.
Yeah, I mean, right? Okay.
I want to come over to the sink. I'm actually going to go around the shelf.
We've got the applesauce can. The top doesn't really have anything on it, but we would be displaying it vertically, so we're going to take the bottom off. We know that this rust is going to be rough, so I'm going to start right before, or right after the rust. And crank it back, and there we go. I'm going to put this down here.
Remember what happened?
Can you see it on here?
Yeah, you're good. You remember what happened to the last can of fruit preserves we opened?
Okay, we're getting to the rust.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to let this really instead of trying to let it hold the can. If that makes sense. Okay. So, you've got to crimp all around. I think we're okay.
Oh, boy.
Okay. And applesauce. So the rust is definitely our little fight point on these when trying to do this method. The rust gives us, the hardest time. Alright, there we go. So, I think overall, that lid came off very nice.
Looks like everything in there caramelized, Sean.
So we've got that lovely metallic waffle smell. But whoa!
Nice.
And that is why we have the deep sink. So there's something booming through the edge. There's a face forming on here, and it's starting to wink at me now. So this is pretty fascinating.
Did it gelatinize? Is that what that
I'm
is?
just going to move this with my dry fingers. Okay, so this is, oh wow.
Oh boy. Go deeper into the sink.
Did you guys see that squirt?
Ew.
What?
Yeah, we're seeing it.
Oh, okay, I'm going to break it.
Oh boy. Ew.
You know, honestly, this is the best preserved applesauce from this era that I've ever, or from any era. I mean, this is 1955. This is canned in 1955, maybe 1956, but
Is it
This
still
is fascinating. Has anybody seen anything like this?
spready?
It's still, I mean, it's spongy. It's a,
It's like jelly, like a gelatinousness.
it's like a sponge.
Oh, that's pretty good. Well, actually, apples are mostly fiber, so that makes kind of sense, right?
I'm not going to throw this out just yet. I'm going to get some good pictures of this after I get out of these gloves. Get a small trickle of water going here.
Your hell was the movie. Yes, Puppy Breath, we did try the fruit candy, and it was delicious. Curious Pete says it looks like a giant licorice.
You know, it sort of does.
Wouldn't eat it, though.
So, this liner held up very well.
Is it nice and brass on the inside?
No, it's not.
Black?
No, it's a very green.
Oh, I can't really see it on the screen.
Maybe something a little different than the liners we're used to. And I don't think this is a big fruit company one, but we'll find out if we can.
No, Bob don't.
He likes his cat. Alright, so we're going to put this back over here.
Well, I mean, that wasn't as messy as the apricot.
Oh. Okay. Alright. Whew. Okay, folks. I'm going to go ahead.
Oh, ow. Oh. I'm sure I've got some awful face marks, but
Do I look like Marv after getting hit in the face with the iron in Home Alone?
a little bit. So,
Get my glasses.
I think we had a little overkill with the suits, but there were points there where I was very happy that I had these going on. So overall, I think this was a lot of fun. I hope you guys were as intrigued as I was by the solid brick of applesauce from 1955 that didn't turn into slush at all and was still juicy, but still went green like they always
Wait,
do.
is it still in there?
Oh, it's still in there.
I want to see it later. I couldn't really see it that well.
It's a puck.
It's a puck.
I mean, it is a can-sized puck. I tore it in half, and then I put it back together and set it down. It's not like it's not like it's trying to like fall around that. No, it's very happy to just sit there on top of itself. Like, it doesn't want to like take any other shape at this point.
It's like ballistic gel.
Corey's asking if I wanted that 89B Rafco. I'm not going to make a bid on that. So go for it. Go for it. I've been kind of going nuts with rations lately, and I need to dial it back for a little bit. We're going to have to start putting together a list of stuff we need, and then if folks are up for, snagging some things from that list and sending them our way, we'll be sure to let everybody know, that you're helping out and everything, and I just have to dial it back a little bit. I've been going a little too nuts lately. G Schultz is saying the thumbnail for this one was definitely not clickbait. Thank you. I was on the fence about going that far with the thumbnail, and I said, the contents may be deadly. So there's, I think it's fair. We're trying to be safe, trying to kind of set a better example than we were last time in terms of it's worth taking some extra precautions when you're going to mess around with stuff this old that could be harmful. And it's also, it wouldn't be responsible of us to have this kind of thing sitting in a public space ready to potentially burst and spray a group of visitors with something potentially deadly. So this cleanup step is required. It's funny, we barely got started on this one, but I mean, that's the process, slow and steady.
Well, I mean, also last time too, those regular, just face masks, they don't really keep the fumes from making your throat burn and all that much.
Right. Now, these didn't smell bad. I didn't. Well, I mean, granted, we've got the charcoal filter.
Mine still smells like raspberry lemon candy.
So, we, like I said, this doesn't have to get torn down. This whole set is going to be here. I think we're going to do another one of these next week. You up for that? Yep. All right. So we're going to do another one from here, so we won't rip this apart, and we'll be pretty ready to go when next week rolls around. Might even go a little longer so that we can get more stuff done. But honestly, that's the reality of this. It's slow and steady wins the race. We're just going to keep on chipping away at the stuff that has to get done.
Plus, we don't want to rush this either. I mean, we're not exactly professional ration stores right now.
We may be on the cutting edge of something. We may not. We're trying to read up on it as best we can. We appreciate if you guys find any articles that you think might help us with this project. That you send them our way, and we'll do our best to learn. This is amateurs doing their best to keep things from getting worse. That's what this is. So like Nick just said, being slow and steady at this is rational. It's prudent. We don't want to rush into this and ruin something like this. I mean, this is a ration from 1955. There aren't many of these left out there, and it's in bad shape, and it can get better. It thankfully hasn't gotten any worse since I opened this the first time. And you could tell there wasn't things leaking, but this applesauce very well could have this whole time in between. So we got to get to all of these sorts of things in the collection sooner rather than later, and do our best to keep them alive.
I'm surprised how much the pound cake still looks like a pound cake.
Yeah, this pound cake,
I wouldn't eat it, but I expected it to be like
it really does not look so bad. Let's see. Whoa. It's yeah, I can smell it now.
Looks more like a pumpkin muffin.
It's yeah, it's not quite super edible looking, but overall, it's a start getting this stuff taken apart. So I hope everybody had fun. I know we definitely did this week. Thanks everybody for the kind words. Hey James, I didn't get to say hi when you came in. Yossi, thanks again for the snacks. Same to JW Speaker and same to Corey. We had a great start to the stream, and enjoyed some of this from you guys. So always a pleasure. Fordman, great to see you. Great to have you here. So we'll be back next week at 5, and can't wait to see you guys. And we'll keep working on this one, and we'll see what's in the rest of these cans, and then hopefully move on to maybe some of these MCIs over here, and we'll just keep on working through. So have a great rest of your week, and until we see you again, just remember, stay rational.